All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an Age of Empires 2 classic. I was telling my Twitch viewers here that I may have casted this one before. I think I casted this one on YouTube back when I had a whole 200 YouTube subscribers, back when I was a pretty big deal. And for whatever reason, a lot of people didn't see the video, so I decided to recast this at one point. I'm showing the Twitch viewers now, and I'll upload to YouTube in the near future. This game was a 2v2v2, yes. So we have 4 different teams, so it's a 2v2v2v2 on islands, and we have some epic players here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce these teams, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about a few of the players, because one player in particular is playing here, and he's one of the best players of all time. Now, one wonderful thing about this recorded game is that you can see all of their chat. And I'm going to pull up now. This game is from... Well, unfortunately, the link where I got this is not... It's not giving me the exact date, but this is, I believe, over 10 years ago. It's the beauty of having a wonderful game like Age of Empires 2. There's decades of games that we can go through. So we have team number 1. This is Front My Hero, playing as the Mayans in the orange. He's talking about his strategies. He says, gonna dock one villa later, gonna back dock, and just boom, hella, and guard land. And guard land. His ally is gray. I might just call them by their colors. But Jin Pulse is playing as the Vikings. Then this team is VK Dark. VK Dark is playing as the Spanish. In the teal then we have Fight Gladiator playing as the Aztecs. In the yellow we have Storm Magna. Storm Magna is playing as the Persians. And then in the green we have Risen Capoch? I'm not sure. But again, we'll probably call him by his colors. I should say we have Persians for yellow, and then we have Celts for green. And then we have Ninja Spirit, who's the one player I want to focus on here. He's playing as the Koreans, and then we have Angels Lol playing as the Britons. So I believe that this individual here is Arch Coven. Now, I'm going to give you guys some homework here. There's a YouTube video called Best Regicide Game Ever. I casted that. Dave and I casted that. It's probably about 2 years old, the video itself now. And there was a 3v3 where Arch Coven played. Well, no. Arch Vile. I'm sorry, Arch Vile. So Arch Vile and Arch Coven are 2 well-known players, some of the best of all time. If you go back into recorded games, whether it's 1v1s or team games, they are legends. And Vile... he was the one who played in that 3v3 Regicide. Definitely want to watch that one, because that was one of the best Regicide games ever. And Vile is known for being a gigantic troll, which I think we can appreciate, right? I think a lot of you guys here on Twitch, at least, can appreciate that. So they're going to reference this Vile guy a few times in the chat throughout this game. And I believe, because I only casted this once before, and it was years ago, I believe that this guy's Vile. I could be getting it wrong, but I know that Vile was Korean, so that would make sense. He's both Koreans and he's Korean, so it works out. Yes, Devil says I saw that. It turned into a 2v3. The ending was amazing. Yes, it really was. It really was. So, I think we'll speed it up where we can, because this is a recorded game. But on islands, water control is very, very important, guys. Very, very important. You see Orange going for his back dock as he said he would. This makes perfect sense. What he wants to do is go for more of a boom, so that means more economy. And if you were to dock on the front, then enemy could kill his fish. He doesn't want that. He wants the fishing ship to bring in as much food as possible. T90 official will have to specify if he hates Vile's culture or just his civ. Don't hate his culture, I just hate his civ, man. I don't know about you guys. And there's a reason I wanted to stream this, so I could talk to you guys about it. But this chat is really interesting to me. It's so cool how we can see what their chat was 10 years ago. I'd like to think that a couple of these guys stumble upon my YouTube video, you know, a couple months from now, and they get to see their old replay. That would be really cool. I rock your face off. No, go for Patricia. Wait, so Teal says, dummy Vile. Plan, all attack Vile. So I believe Blue had paused it there. Yeah, so he paused it, said he was downloading something. So there must have been lag. And then Teal goes, all attack Vile. So this is Vile here. And I don't know if Vile had the best English. All he said was go. Download and go. I mean, he doesn't seem to talk much in these games. I only know him by his gameplay. But we will see a lot of chatter in this game. And there's a reason you don't see 2v2v2v2s on islands nowadays. It's because the games can go on for a very, very long time. A lot can happen here. Vile has perfect English. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Vile hasn't played this game in a long time. The only reason I know about Vile is because I've casted some classic games. It's pretty much the only way. I've read on a couple of forums about him, but that's it. I was not around back then. And I imagine that lag was just normal back in the day, you know? Nowadays, players are better than they ever have been, but they're also playing on better internet and better PCs than we've ever had. So, and also user patch with Age of Empires 2 now makes the performance so much better. So I can only imagine, I don't want to imagine what it was like playing back then. To stick it out and become a legend in Age of Empires when there's 5-second lag, that takes some dedication to the game right there. So Vile's teammate is the first to hit Feudal Age, Angel's Lull. And you know what, the build orders, they're not bad. I mean, there's a few things here where these fish should be on deep fish instead of shore fish. But overall, these players really seem to be pretty good. I don't think that all these other players were known as expert players. This is probably just like a regular game, and Vile ended up playing. But you know, the build order is not perfect, but this is a Galley Rush build order. Meanwhile, you have Vile, fish booming, and Vile, I believe, wants to go for Fast Castle. Yeah, some of the mines are a bit off, but in general, Darth, in general, their play is pretty good. I mean, if they were a noob, they wouldn't be docking, they wouldn't be going for fish. Their build orders, their eco balance seems pretty good. Like something like this, where you build your market up against the wood line, yeah, that tells me Green might not be the most experienced player ever. But remember, this could have been one of the best players in the world back then. It's just that the meta was not developed. All these things that we know to be the norm in Age of Empires 2 now, they took years to get to. So I was talking to Nilly. It's actually one of my favorite Age of Empires 2 memories. Last year, so it was last August. I was in Germany for Gamescom, and we had at the table, it was myself, it was Viper, it was Nilly, and Shine is one of Nilly's longtime friends and teammates in Age of Empires 2, so he was there. And there were other people too, but we were having this discussion, and Nilly said how, as there's a T90 Woo, guys, and Nilly said, I recall him saying, it's so unfair. It's so unfair that you guys can just start playing the game now and have all these build orders and know what to do. And Nilly said, I played and I didn't even know that you could lure boars until someone said something on the forum, because I guess you couldn't watch recorded games or something. So apparently, like, they weren't luring boars for years and they thought they were good. And then he realized, he remembered some name of a website. I forget exactly what it was. And then some guy mentioned that you could lure boars. And then he realized, wow, I can actually get food from this. So, like, it is pretty incredible just how long this game has been out and how much people have had to learn. I remember Neely was also talking about the meta on migration and how players would make 50 to 60 fishing ships before they would even attack on water. And Viper said, he was like, what? Like, why wouldn't they fight on water? And Neely just said, we just didn't do it. It was a peaceful time. So how old is Neely? I think he's in his early 30s. But yeah, that conversation that night is probably one of my favorite Age of Empires memories, because there was just so much to talk about. And that was it the first time I met Viper? Yeah, it was the first time I met Viper. I talked to him about stuff. First time I met most of the people that I'm close friends with in the community. So anyway, back to the game. Vile's team is winning, but Vile is being landed by Green. So we'll go to Vile's point of view. And Vile, he should be able to see the stable there. I mean, this is really unorthodox. Green is attacking the guy who is basically the Viper of the day, or the Doubt of the day. And he's landing them with 2 stable Celt Knights. And I don't know if you've been paying attention to the chat much, but they were talking earlier about killing Vile, and Vile sees this now. And he will wall in his Vils because he knows the Knights are on the way. So yeah, they're pressuring the best player in the game. Vile's teammate has done a great job on water. And I guess orange is... I got a sneeze coming. I'm sorry. I'm allergic to Koreans. That's what it is. Vile's teammate has done a good job, and I guess orange is not concerned with doing much except for land aggression. Sorry about that, guys. So we have gray on water up against red here, so fishing ships will die there. But I think all the focus now needs to be on these two. Whoa! This guy's a legend! Look at that! No, Finnick, kill him! Kill him! Oh man, I think he could have stopped that TC. That's ridiculous. He built a tower here. Who is this guy? Green has 3 stables and a tower as Celts at his opponent's base. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man. But it is delaying the best player in this game, so I guess it makes sense. And now you see barracks. So I think that nowadays you'd probably go for a monastery. And you would go for conversions. However, back then the lag might have been so great that maybe you couldn't click the monks in time. Certainly, this is an overreaction to go into 2 barracks because he doesn't have the resources to make a lot of pikemen. So, Vile is being pushed back. Certainly, he's being delayed at the very least. On water over here, things are about to be less peaceful. Dark will see that Pulse is there. He'll want to fight him before Pulse gets his upgrades. Yeah, I was correct on orange, so Gray's ally orange is just booming up on TCs. Which isn't an awful move. Green has 39 Vils, so he doesn't have a ton of economy behind this, but he's really going aggressive. He's now going to build some siege. Pretty interesting islands game. Some teams are going for the traditional approach of fighting on water. Other teams have split up the responsibilities. And look! Yellow's here as well! Yellow's here as well! So Boggy says Kapach is one of the top players, is on the top players page here. Actually, let me pause this real quick and read this. So he's a well-known player, huh? Guys, I'm going to just pause for a second. And I want to see, I'll show you this link. YouTube, you'll have to remind me. I posted it in the Twitch chat. YouTube, I can post it in a comment or something. This is a link that goes through some of the top players of the old days. Right? And so legendary AOC players. And it says how active, when they were active. So let's find Kapach, or however you say his name. Obviously, Doubt is there. Some of these I recognize from games in the past. Fiage is obviously still around now. Halen, Hassan, Jordan. Look at young Jordan. Look at young Jordan. This is wonderful. K-Cab. Rauber's still around. He's not at the highest level anymore. Look at Riot. Look at Riot with his mirror cell phone selfie. Oh my goodness, these guys look so young. Where's this guy we're casting though? Kapach, or oh, here we go. Look at these achievements. Look how many first, second, and third place finishes this guy had. So yeah, fantastic player from Argentina apparently. And I guess he no longer plays, right? So let's go back to the game. I don't want to look at this for too long, but for those interested, you can scroll through it. Coven is there. Vile's probably down here somewhere. Let's see if I can find Vile real quick. I guess Vile's just not on the list. So we'll go back to the game. The link is in the Twitch chat, and I can put that in the video as well. ElderSafe, thank you, man, for the brand new sub. Pelly Blue Eyes, thank you for 2. Mercs, thank you for 3. We're just counting our whole way up. So I was just judging Green's style. You know, I was thinking, wow, this is not normal. This guy must not be great. But apparently he is an absolute legend of the game as well. And he sees now that Vile is trying to force down this castle. And he'd like to stop this. And whoa! Whoa, yellow disconnected. Oh boy. Probably mom had to make a phone call. And dial-up just prioritized the phone line. Rip. So yellow's dead. So green loses his ally. Frickin' dial-up days, guys. Well, that stinks. I was just talking about how yellow was going to land as well. I guess that's not going to happen. Blue will get his castle up. Vile will probably be feeling a bit better about his situation. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it was actually dial-up. Don't take it too seriously. I don't know the exact date of the game. So, yeah, I think that a lot of you guys can remember those days, which is why I referenced it. So, feels like yesterday, though, right? I remember I didn't play Age of Empires on dial-up, but I remember doing a lot of things on dial-up and encountering that exact scenario. Where my parents would make a phone call and my game progress would be ruined. Oh, and now green resigns, so he just gives it up. So we just talked about this guy and how good and legendary he was, but he says, screw this, I don't have an ally. So yellow probably just dropped, and then green doesn't want to continue. So this makes things interesting. So now this whole island can be taken at some point by the other three. So we have 3 teams remaining. So this actually makes my job a little bit easier, because now I only have 3 teams to focus on. And the winning team is the Jin Pulse Front My Hero team. And Front My Hero is talking an awful lot. I think we're going to go back to his point of view so we don't miss out on his chat. He's at 79 villagers. He doesn't have any fishing ships, but he's the most vills in the game. And his ally is Vikings, which is the best water civ. And he's doing a great job versus red, so they are definitely leading here. I would say that, well, I guess it's hard to call, but I would say that maybe even Vile's team is last. The score's not showing that, but looking at Angels with 38 vills and Vile with 56 vills, they might not be as strong as red and teal. So again, you could always go for some type of control of these islands later on. What is this? What is this? Teal is landing the other team, and he's Aztecs, so he's going with monks and siege. Dennis says, Risen, Kapach, that's 2001, 2002. Yeah, possible, man. It's possible. I wish I had the exact date of the game. Unfortunately, the website I got this off of didn't have that. I double checked before the game started. I don't have the exact dates, but this is a long time ago. Almost 2 decades ago. Now, I assume that Gray does not see this. Yeah, he does not see that. So he doesn't know that he's about to be pushed by siege and monks, which is an incredibly strong strategy. I did say earlier that with the amount of lag, you might not want to go monks. But at the same time, you can make an argument for monks being stronger in lag, because your opponent won't be able to react all that quickly. And now villagers are being converted, and you see the signals. So for the sake of the chat, I'm going to stay on Orange's point of view, because I want to see what his reaction is to this. Gray says, kill that. And Orange says, yes. So just panic town centers. Panic town centers here from Gray. TC here and TC here. And Teal converts a few vills, is building a tower now. And Fight Gladiator says, I guess Orange said you won't last long to Fight Gladiator, and now Fight Gladiator says, I don't care, I'm having fun. Well, I'm having fun too. This is fun to cast. Here come the Eagles. And that's a lot of Eagles from Orange, so he might be right about him not lasting long. Eagles and plumes. Again, this could have been in lag. I've killed a few monks that are at least delaying this push here. Orange is also on the way to the Imperial Age, and he'll be the first one there. So with the Elite Eagles, he should probably push this back. But Teal's doing a heck of a job. These Aztec monks have 60 HP. And Front My Hero says, "Goddamn monks." This guy reminds me of Red Hair from Community Games. This orange guy. Very talkative. And it's so awesome too, because we get to see this years later. And that chat is preserved. Back in those days, the dude blame it on your ISP voice was valid. Yeah, it was more valid, certainly, yeah. And there's still lag today, but nothing like these guys encounter. Well, this is a team game. So Teal is pressuring on land, and then his ally could maybe focus on water. That would be the logic applied to it anyway, but as you can see, Red is having a real tough time beating Gray on water. He would have to redock at some point. This is giving time for Angels, this is giving time for Vile to get into the game. They have really strong economies now. And this is why you won't see 2v2v2v2s played anymore. Because, sure, one team has an advantage, but they're not able to finish off that advantage. And then Purple and Blue are able to boom up. They're trading already, you know, just taking their good old time. Is this game HD? Because it looks very good, but it's a very old recording, so it should not be in HD. Nope, it's not HD. Not HD. This is still Voobly, user patch. So a forward castle from Teal. I almost said another castle. This will be his first one. These Eagles are not elite. In fact, what Orange is going for is plumed archer upgrades. A Gray comes here with crossbows as well, and I don't see this castle going up. That's a lot of military. Those monks might have 65 HP now, but there's no way that's happening, and Gray wants to build his own castle to secure this. So great defense from Orange and Gray. Orange says, "Heh heh heh." He seems pretty confident. He's a confident guy, isn't he? But how do they finish off the rest of the players, guys? How do they do this? Gray can continue with water. Maybe Orange can try and go on land somewhere, but look here. Purple's now on water. Vile really hasn't done much. They're beginning the trade, and nowadays I would say that this trade is just awful because it's not going very far, but it's something. Teal tried something, but on the bright side, his economy at home is still fine. So he tried with an attack, but he still has 130 population. He wants to maybe hold some some control here. Sorry about the hiccup there. Nice Mangonella shots. He can probably convert enough Eagles here to hold. And with a castle, who knows what he'll do. But Front My Hero is not happy. He says, "Dear God." But okay, you know, Gray's here on the other side now, so they might be able to deny the castle. Seriously impressed by Gray and by Orange. They played this game really well. It's just that Orange has a lot on land, and he can't do anything with it beyond clean up his own base. Huh. Well, hey, when Gray hits Imp, he's actually there already. He can get his upgrades. He can get to Galleon. Then they could land. Then Orange could land here. This is interesting. Vile has transported to Green's base, and he's going to take his resources. Really smart move. And Red has transported here. And Red... This is just so ridiculous. Like, why would Red show up here? Red doesn't even have any water control, so I'm not sure how he got here, but he's built a castle, and he's going to pressure Angels, and he's going to pressure Vile. And now, Blue, I think, pointing this out, he says, "Clever, you do that, and what happens?" Saying, yeah, we're going to kill you. And Teal says, "Pulse and Cool won already." Orange as he kills the monk says, "Plumy's not for sale, Mr. Monk." This chat is hilarious. This is a hilarious game. Plumie's not for sale, Mr. Monk. My god. Alright, well. Orange seems very impressed with all these units. He seems very impressed. Like, he saw the monks and he's like, damn monks. And now he sees the eagles. He's like, damn eagles have 100 HP. It's like he's new to the game. I saw dead wolf as you hit him. I mean, some of this chat is not something you would see nowadays, right? So Vile has galleons. And Angels has trebs. So they want to kill red, get red off their land. Now, Fight Gladiator says, I landed on Mike first, but he saw me and stopped me. So I think we now know the first name of Gray. I think Gray is Mike. That's a good guess, right? So Mike, if you're out there, great job on water, my friends. Great job on water. They probably knew each other on a first name basis. I mean, I know a lot of my Age of Empires friends on a first name basis. Would be no different. Now, Vile shows up, and he's attacking Orange's buildings. And Front My Hero says, away, Vile, away! And he also says he's going land, so he's building a dock here, and I think he will transport Red. It's just funny to me that Red decided to come here because he's not even in the Imperial Age. Orange, I don't care who wins this game. Orange is hilarious. His chat is getting dry dock, so 20 capacity, hee hee. It's so good. It's so wholesome, man. It's so wholesome. Well, it might not be wholesome if Vile ends up killing him. He did say that he wanted everyone, they all said they wanted to kill Vile. Except for Angels, of course. And Angels and Vile have very strong control on water. They have trade on land. They're in a strong position. And now Red, please don't tell me that's his Imp TC. Okay, it's not. Now Red is getting attacked by these cannon galleons, and he's losing a lot of his eco. He's only at 90 population. And he and Teal are in a really poor situation now. Teal got pushed back, Red got pushed back. They're both below 100 pop. So the top teams are Gray and Orange and Blue and Purple. And I'm going to stay on Orange's point of view so we can see the chat. So for those just getting here, this game was likely played in 2001 to 2003 based off the research my Twitch chat has done. I apologize, I didn't know those details in the beginning. I didn't do too much research on the players. I actually woke up this morning and thought, man, I remember this game, and a lot of people missed out on it, so I need to cast that today. Whoa! So, Angels disconnects. Angels disconnects. And I think that the chat we got here, this is just a guess, but based off what I know on Age of Empires 2 and recorded games, I believe that they were probably at that save and exit screen, and Ninja Spirit, who's Vile, said go. As in, don't save, just continue. I don't even know if you could restore back then. Yeah, and Orange said, K, you sure? So immediately afterwards, Orange says, okay, where is Vile? So he wants to go for Blue instead now. Blue, most well-known player in this game, and he's been teamed up on a few times now, and he doesn't have an ally. And originally, Orange said he wanted to go land. I thought he would go for Red, and he is not. And Orange says, Angels was just landing me with archers and pikes. He would have Oh, he says, woulda slaughtered Angel's Landing. This guy's cocky. He's like, I would have killed that too. I would have killed that too. Now, regardless of if you think Kapach or Vile is more well-known, Vile is the focus of this game. My bad. My bad, my friend. So, Gray and Blue facing off on water. Vile doesn't have a teammate. He also doesn't have Vikings Navy. And here comes Orange. So Vile, I should point out, has been clearing up the units from green and from yellow. So if he loses eco on his main islands, you could actually add some there. Orange is feeling good about his situation, and he should. Elite Plumed Archer. He has the Elite Eagle Warriors. Purple is, of course, already dead, but purple is kind of in the way here. And now we have probably Bombard Towers. Yes, Bombard Towers from Vile, because he knows what's coming. Now, meanwhile here, now this is where the game starts to get really interesting. Gray, he tried to land, but there's Cavalier from Red, and there's Arbalest from Teal, and so they're going to keep Gray off their island. They're losing a lot of eco, they're losing a lot of map control, but give them credit. Teal is now up to 180 population. They're holding on. Yeah, and if this was played early 2000s, this would have been back in the zone days. Back before the zone went down. Teal says, I don't care if we lose, you will never get this island. Okay. Well, it kind of seems like a true statement. I don't know if they can afford to have enough population to really push that. And a lot of players nowadays would call the GG if they lose water like this, but those guys are not going to do that. They're in this for the long haul. Vile's getting more and more pop-up on this other island. Do you notice this? More and more population. He's losing population at home, but this could be his new home. It's not like Green doesn't have resources here. Good thinking from him. Huge numbers of military from Teal. Huge numbers of military. I just wonder if Gray, as he's pop-capped, will consider deleting some villagers so we can get something on land here. I think since he's 2v1 on land, he would need to have an ally combined with him, but currently, Orange is preoccupied trying to kill Mr. Vile. I never played in the zone either, but it can't be worse than HD. Yeah. If you if you played on HD, zone was just a little bit better than that. I should probably stop. Teal says, my island! Our island! What is happening? And Front My Hero says, no gold for you, Vile, as he kills his gold miners. Hilarious. He's right about that. He's killed gold miners here, and he's killed gold miners here. And, you know, they're talking to each other. You just don't see this anymore. This amount of chat was not... It just doesn't happen nowadays. And also, Orange pointing out how he's killed the trade, so Vile can't trade anymore. Orange is feeling really good about his situation. And he should. He really should. Vile, there's only one of him. He has Koreans, which is a pretty lackluster civ for this, at least in my opinion. He's 2v1'd, could easily be 4v1'd. So Orange is letting him have it. And Vile hasn't said a word. He's making a few hand cannons, which can be helpful, of course. He can maybe stall this out, but of course Gray's Navy is here as well. It's really... If this was a 300 pop game, Orange and Gray would have pushed more than they have. It's just that it's 200 population, so they don't have enough population to do everything they need to do. Hand cannons will shred these Eagle Warriors, but they will die to plumes if Orange gets them here. I don't think Orange will complain. He has the gold to waste, so I don't think he'll complain all that much. Just what do you do if you're Teal? What do you do if you're Red? You have to get back on water somehow. So I think maybe you dock this shoreline here and try and get some water control. Because then if you get water control, you can maybe transport those units that you have protecting your islands. They're running out of wood. Everyone will be running out of wood and all resources. And, oh, we have some trade cog action. Okay. So trade cogs from Orange and from Gray. And Gray says don't waste too many units, but Orange is correct in saying that with enough equals you can actually build the hand cannons. Teal says come and try and get to our island if you dare. And Gray says, I don't care much for it, sorry. They're just gonna let them stay there, I guess. It's crazy how Vile's population is still above 170. And that's what I was waiting for, my friends. That's what I was waiting for. That's what I was waiting for. Teal says, now do you want it? Because back then, they didn't play on no stinking conquest. They played on standard. So we have a wonder going up for Teal. And I didn't want to spoil my Twitch chat and tell you guys exactly what direction this game was going to go. I have a feeling that the YouTube title might slightly spoil it, but you guys didn't know here in Twitch. And so Teal built a wonder. So, for those that don't know what a wonder is in Age of Empires 2, it is a building that is very expensive. And when you complete that building, and it takes a long time to build, then there is a countdown that shows up for you at the top right. And if that countdown gets to 0, you win the game. So you can win with Wonder Victory or with Relic Victory. Gray and Orange, they seem very confident. But now, things are a little bit different because Teal's going to get this Wonder up. So he's saying, oh shit, sigh, you know, he's saying a bunch of different things. He's maybe doubting his team's chances now. Vile's at 185 pop. He has most of his population now over on the yellow and green islands. And now this gets interesting. 98 military for Teal. 53 military for red. They are trading a little bit with Spanish trade, which can be very helpful, of course. And this will need to be addressed at some point. This will need to be addressed at some point. I'm a big fan of standard. I mean, I would not I would not be having as much fun as Orange and Gray are having nowadays if we played a 2v2v2v2 island with standard victory or win conditions, but this is rangeable with Trebs. And while this building takes a long time to build, it will only have 4,800 HP. So if Gray can get these Trebs over there, he can kill the Wonder before it even goes up. And it will still not be a concern for them. But that does bring up the possibility, doesn't it? It does tell us that, okay, sure, Gray and Orange have been dominant, but there's other ways to win this game. So here come the transports. This is probably a bad place for the Wonder. I think it would have been better off in the center. But let's see if they can pull this off. I'm going to go to Teal's point of view. See what he can see. Or what he saw years and years ago. And he will see the Trebs moving in. This is just as the Wonder completes as well. They need an answer to the Trebuchets. Red, get your Paladins here. Repair it! Oh god! So much put into building this thing, and now he's out of resources to repair it. Teal, you better not lose this, man. You better not lose this. He's out of stone. He's out of gold. You can't buy any more stone. The Trebuchets go, and this is going to be a dead Wonder. Oh boy. The Wonder goes down. They had the military, they just didn't have the Wonder in the correct area. And all those resources put into that Wonder, and it goes down. Well, I'm going back to Orange's point of view so we can see his chat. He's now plotting on what they should do next, and he says, we build Wonder. I think that'd be a fantastic decision. I really do. I mean, you know Teal and Red can't combat you on water. It's just Vile in the blue. But Blue starts building a Wonder. So Vile, he's going to do it first. And Gray says, sorry kids, this is a 18 plus game now. Gray says, ah, cock gobbler. He calls him a cock gobbler. Says, ew, ew. He says, son of anal wart? Ew. That's gross. I've never heard that insult before. That's a new one. That's disgusting, Mike. Come on, man. That's gross. But anyway, everyone's building Wonders now. I mean, now Vile's building a second Wonder. I think Orange or Gray is building a Wonder somewhere. I thought I heard the noise that they were building it. Was it these guys? Oh, Teal's building another one. Teal's building another one. Okay, so the winning team is the only team not building Wonders. And Teal says this is funny shit, and I agree. I think this is hilarious. So Vile's first Wonder will of course not get up first. This one will probably also be later than Teal's. But at least Vile has that potential to win. And Gray says, we should have made a wonder. That was dumb of us. And this is true. They could still build their own wonder. If they build a wonder, that would make it 5 wonders, right? We'd won initially. We have 3 more going up now. Orange says, gonna go kill Viles. Now, I think Red should build the wonder. Because Spanish, they build faster. But it doesn't matter. The wonder goes up, and now Gray's building his own wonder. Surprise, surprise. So we have 5 total wonders in one Age of Empires game. And everyone's just laughing. Everyone's just laughing. How ridiculous is this, man? If I could think of one adjective to describe this game, I would say this is wonderful. That's probably what I'd say. And no, I did not steal that pun idea from someone in my Twitch chat. I would never do that. Amazing game. Amazing game. And there we go. So that countdown, we finally get to see it. It's at 347 years now. And normally I would slide these statistics up and down a little bit to make it look more nice and neat. But there could be a lot of countdowns, so I think we should leave that there. Because that space could be filled up with more countdowns in a bit. And now Orange is complaining a bit. He said, if I had a decent civ, it would be fun. This is lame. What the hell is good unit that Mayans have against war wagons? I know, I've already lost. This guy's very, his emotions have gone on a giant roller coaster here. He was really happy and confident, and now he's a bit tilted. He seems salty. Can we get some salts in the chat? Earlier he was saying how good his civ was, and now all of a sudden his life is flashing before his eyes because of a few wonders. Yeah, look at this ... Aztec's better in post-imp. PI means post-imp, not private investigator. Private investigators don't have Mayans and Aztecs, I can promise you that. And Vile's just living life. He's not saying a word. Researching Siege Onager now. I mean, he is right in a way. He is right in a way. Mayans, they do kind of drop off in post-imp. But his team is ahead, and they had the potential to build the wonder early, and he's just upset. He would not be complaining if his team had the wonder. So Vile gets this wonderful wonder up. The Korean wonders look awesome. And now Teal is laughing because he sees that Vile also has a wonder. And Orange says, bye, this is too lame for me, I swear. LOL, Black Forest please, high res. Regicide. Well, I don't think the other players are done. I don't think the other players are done. Vile will defend 2 wonders, but that doesn't matter unless they kill this one. And Teal and Red build it in the same position as earlier. So it could still be ranged by some trebuchets. Did I just hear T90 compliment an aspect of Koreans? You did, yes. You did. Vile was a real man. He didn't tower rush anyone this game, so I can take it. He just defensive towers is acceptable. What's your favorite Age of Empires 2 wonder? Twitch chat. And YouTube comments. Vikings, eh. It just looks like a different castle. Aztecs, eh. Not a huge fan. Spanish is pretty cool. No, it's Byzantines. Do Spanish and Byzantines have the same one? I forget. I think the Byzantines one is pretty cool. I forget what some of these look like, so you'll have to forgive me. You like the moldy Aztec wonder. Yeah, I don't know why Dave calls it moldy. I don't see the mold. I really don't. Well, I hear trebuchets being created. 266 years on the clock now for Teal. 300 on the clock for Blue. And then 323 on the clock for Gray and Orange. So Gray and Orange need to snipe 2 wonders. And if they snipe 2 wonders, they'll be good. Hey, this is a bit of Age of Empires 2 trivia. I actually don't know the answer to this trivia question. I imagine Twitch chat will. So, if you have 2 wonders, and you lose 1 wonder, and it happened to be the wonder that went up first, does the countdown reset to that second wonder? You get what I'm trying to say? So if they kill this wonder for Vile, what happens? Does the countdown continue for him because he has more than one? Or does the countdown number change because this one was up later? I saw yes, no, maybe. And I believe so. The counter stays. I mean, yeah, maybe people just don't know. But Vile would be in a great position then. If it's anything like Relic Victory, or if you have 5 relics in 2 different monasteries, then the countdown will stay the same for Vile, regardless of which one goes down. I think some monks died. Teal says, you killed God's children, tisk tisk. And Orange is getting a bit frustrated. He says, how do I beat Spanish? How do I beat Spanish? Well, they need trebuchets. And that's exactly what Orange has. He says, guard 'em. Guard 'em. What direction does he want to take here? I think the best position would be from the north, actually. But this is an easier path to take, so he'll just go this way. Again, this wonder has 4,800 HP, has the HP of a castle, despite it taking a long time to build, and these trebuchets are not going to work. Vile says, I guess Gladiator wins because Pulse and Cool are stupid. And then Orange is now saying dumb on your part. So there's a little bit of bickering now. Nice to see that they took their game seriously back then as well. 71 Paladins for Red. 100 Arbalest for Teal. Is it even possible to get here? With 193 years remaining. All the focus of this game are on these stinking wonders, guys. Zecklandhammer, thank you for the brand new sub, man. Thank you, Claw, for the brand new sub. Thank you, everybody. I'm still paying attention to alerts and Twitch chat and all that. Ninja Spirit, who is Vile, says he has no resources, which is a bold-faced lie. A lie that might be believed, actually, because they might figure that he was killed off a bit by Orange earlier. He has tons of resources. And he has lots of trebs in these castles. Look at this. He has 11 trebs there. He has 5 trebs there. 16 trebuchets. So Vile's just not sitting back. He's just waiting for the time to strike. And if you're Vile, you'll want to wait till the countdown goes as low as possible to snipe it. However, you don't want to risk it, because if you miss, then you lose. But I think in an ideal world, Vile would snipe this when it's 1 year for Teal. And then his countdown would only be 30 years away.
Saw the sheep nothing video. Huns and Archer in center use sheep as the meat, as you say.
Elenis, we might do some more sheep nothing on Thursday. We might. But it could be pretty bad, so I don't want to continue that too often. So we've been missing a lot of chat here. They're talking. They're arguing. They're arguing with each other. I think what's happening here is Orange and Gray are saying that Vile's not doing enough to help. And Gray says, then help us. And now Vile's saying, I'm getting resources now, wait. Okay. So they're kind of arguing. Like, the two teams who are behind are arguing. And now Orange is realizing if he was Huns, it would be over, but they're not Huns, yeah.
Let's kill that motherfucker, Red.
Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. They're working together. They're working together. Gray and Orange signaled and said go there. I believe they're talking to Vile to try and get this. Can I shoot from there, you think? Gray says no. They're talking about it. They're plotting. Zecklandhammer, thank you for the $10 too. Wow. Dude, I want them to get red as well. I do. This is not going to be easy. This is some wonder defense action. Vile says, and Vile is ninja, by the way. He says, where are you guys attacking? I will help you. Sorry, no, I must defend my wonder. Well, you can defend your wonder all you want, Vile. But if the other one doesn't die, you never win here. Orange agrees, says we won't attack yours, Vile. I got 50 trebs. Just your ships. Delay me. Really? Does he have 50 trebs? Where are his trebuchets? There's some... None of my idle hotkeys work, so I can't check. He has some there. He has 4 there. He has more here. Wow, he has a lot of trebuchets. And 106 years left for Teal. That is a lot of trebs. So will Vile let them pass here? Because Orange is just passing. Another wonder is being built now from Vile, the guy who apparently has no resources. And here come the trebuchets. And I bet you Orange just clicked, and now he's typing. He says, go, 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 go. He has more trebs on the way. He has another batch coming up. He just needs to kill the wonder. 400 or 4,800 HP here. He'll take it down below 4,000. These trebuchets, they need to get in. They need to ungarrison. There we go. Can they do it? It's halfway down. I think they'll do it. And Teal doesn't have the resources, and Orange says, "Mwahahaha! Yes, yes, yes." He's so pumped up, and Teal's not happy about it. He's like, "You just let Vile win." Orange in all caps says, "I rock." Well, now they need to kill Vile. They need to kill Vile. You guys can pay attention to the arguments there. But I have a game to cast. There's a wonder here. There's a wonder being built here. And there's a wonder here for Vile. And I'm still not certain on what happens if one of the multiple wonders gets taken down. But I really don't think that Vile has enough to protect himself. The trebuchets will kill this wonder. 100 years on the clock for Vile. And now they all need to attack Vile, who has been alone for most of this game. Orange's trebuchets will not kill this yet, but he has more that could come. So now Teal and Red will probably work together to try and kill Blue. Blue was the guy they wanted to team up on at the beginning anyway. It is possible but costly to build more than one wonder, so that if one does not stand, other wonders can stand for the time required to win the game. Okay, so I guess we got an answer to our question then. Teal says, well, GG, Vile won. And Orange says, well, no, actually not. You have just lost. Only one is ahead of us. Die, Vile! Look at these trebs! Yeah, okay, so one wonder goes down. The time... Wait, the time changed, did it not? The time changed. Vile's at 129 years now. So the timer reset to... Wait. Yeah, okay, so this was the first wonder to go up, right? Even though this one was placed first, this was the first wonder to go up. So, apparently you guys checked the Age of Empires Wikipedia, and the Age of Empires Wikipedia was wrong. So, it is based off the actual wonder. Well, that's very good for Gray, because now they can win the game. And now Teal's saying, Vile, go destroy there. I don't know if they can kill this wonder from Gray. And Orange and Gray, they have no reason to play offensively now. No reason whatsoever to play defensively.
Love your content. Keep it up.
Well, let's see what they have. Remember, Vile had the trebs. Vile has the trebs. Orange says, look in the right-hand corner, dumb one. Vile says, shut up, you idiot. Oh! 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 Orange signals and says, I see you, but Vile's here. Vile's here. How did Vile get here? Vile, attack it. Attack it, man. He's gonna kill it. He is gonna kill it, isn't he? Vile says, you're a goner. And this is gonna be a dead wonder. I think. Oh, it's done. It's done. Just like that. Just like that. Vile's laughing. Non-stop. Orange is insulting him. Even Red is laughing. Oh my god, what a sick move, man. What a sick move from Vile. Where did he come from? I guess he used the protection of his dead ally's navy. And now it's so funny because Gray says, was this recorded? Was this recorded? And yeah, we're watching it 20 years later. Orange in all caps says, go eat a dick, Vile. Oh my gosh. Sorry for the language. I'm just reading the chat in game. That's pretty funny, man. That's pretty funny. They would have never expected that this game would have existed, much less being casted in front of so many people 20 years later. So apparently they're posting it. I don't know. Does anyone know where they posted the games back in the Zone days? Because you probably would have to upload the recorded game. There's probably a website. Nowadays it's AoE Zone and AOC Zone. And now Vile is building another wonder with 71 years remaining. Orange says, I've got 8 trebs right now. We can do this. So they actually can do this. They have to kill this wonder first. And Orange, I mean, I know that he's been a bit salty at times, but he's really been an entertaining force in this game. He says, you guys have hella army. You own him. And now Gray is building another wonder. So, yeah, I mean, they're right. Teal and Red should probably attempt to help out if they can. Not sure where their military is, actually. Where's most of their military at? Could be in transports. Oh, yeah, they're loading up into transports. Wow, so Teal is going to help. He's going to help on the western island. The southern island needs to be the focus from Orange and his trebuchets, I think. 51 years. Oh, and Vile's killed 1 transport. Orange says, I pull a MacGyver. Alright, 47 years. Where are you, Orange? Go, 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 boats. I mean, Treb. That's what Orange says. Oh, here come the Trebs. Here comes the Trebs. So with 42 years remaining, Orange comes rolling into town. He's signaling it, probably to his ally, or maybe to the future spectators. And he has enough trebuchets to probably kill another wonder. So this game has been incredible. There's been so much wonder focus. Even Red gets here. And so they will kill this wonder. At the same time, will Teal do his job? Well, he shows up with just Arbalest. We'll see. Meanwhile, we have transport from Vile. So as Vile's getting attacked, he's actually leaving his base. That countdown will reset for Vile. I think it'll be at 150 years or something. We'll see in a moment. Yeah, 250 more years he has to wait. But he transports units now to Teal's island, where Teal's building an additional wonder, and he will treb that down. So 250 years is a long time to wait. Vile has 1 wonder left. And he, well, this is a large throw from Teal, so he'll have no problem. Teal says, don't ask me what my archer will do. Yeah. What a game, man. What a game. This is absolutely insane. There's a reason I needed to recast this one. The 7 wonders of the world, my friends. The 7 wonders of the world. That's what this game is right here. And I guess Vile has just now realized that the time changes every time he loses a wonder. So he wasn't even aware after he lost the first one. And now he's distraught. He says, no. And Teal also didn't know that. Scrublord, you're welcome, man. You're welcome for casting this game. I wouldn't cast the game if I didn't have an amazing community. So I'm doing it for you guys. So Vile's winning, but he doesn't have much securing this wonder, so I assume he'll lose this. And if he loses it, then Gray's will be up, and then Gray and Orange will have an advantage yet again. Well, I say yet again, they had an advantage for a few seconds before. Crazy game. Just absolutely crazy game. And it is a 20-year-old game. I didn't think wonders work that way. I thought if I have a wonder, I win. Yeah, that's what Vile's saying now. Look at Teal and Red's island. They don't have wood. Like, they cannot afford to be losing wonders, man. They don't have resources. They barely have an economy that's working. They don't have wood to reseed their farms. I mean, it is bad there. It is bad. We'll see if Vile can hold on. We'll see if Vile can hold on. Teal is asking Red to send the Paladins, because the Paladins are currently in Vile's starting base. Vile, does he not have resources? Let's see. He doesn't have any gold. He doesn't really have economy. So, he's actually walled up here with palisades. And unfortunately, Red drops from the game. So there were a lot of drops back then, and this game was no exception. So unfortunately, Red drops from the game, but you know what else is going to drop? This Wonder. This Wonder's going to go down. And that means that Gray and Orange will be in prime position to win this game in 320 years, of course.
To the purple badge, less than 3, less than 3.
And Gray's going crazy. He's trying to wall. I guess he doesn't realize that purple still has Navy here. He's trying to wall everything he can so they can finish it. Wait! Look at the time! Look at the time at the top right. Vile, this other Wonder, which I forgot about, is actually still winning. By 1 year. It's essentially by 3 months if you look at how quickly the timer goes. Are you kidding me? And he's using villagers to kill Orange's Trebs. So he's still in this. And he's just building a massive amount of palisade walls everywhere he can. Wow. Well, Orange and Gray, they have the resources. They need to try it again. Teal, not really sure about this guy. I mean, he doesn't have an ally now. He was asking for resources, so I don't think his situation is the best at the moment. Orange is still chatting. Every time I go back to his point of view, he is chatting. Every single time. I guess that's no surprise now. This is an amazing game. I got sappers. I do villager rush. That's what Teal says. And Orange is quite annoyed that Angel still has his units here. He's complained about that multiple times. You would think that he wouldn't forget. Hey guys, what do we do to get the golden woo emote, by the way? Is it a sub tier or time spent subbed? No, it's not time spent subbed, so there's 3 different tiers for subscribing on Twitch. The tier 1 is the T90 woo, and then tier 2 gives you the golden option as well. Speaking of subs, Twisted97, 21 months now. Thank you very much, man. I can't wait till you get to the 2 years. Would not be where I am today if it wasn't for people like Twisted. So thank you, Twisted. Thank you, everybody. Hokey Filet, thank you for 6 months. I'll definitely keep it up. Willis, thank you for gifting Night Thrower the sub. Night Thrower, enjoy the emotes, man. I just can't believe what has gone down in this game. Well, I'm going to be honest. I can believe it because I've casted this game once before, but it was a long time ago, so some of the specifics I have forgotten. Orange says, I should kill it with 1 year left, then we auto-win. And Gray points out that that is a risky move. What on earth is this? Look at these palisades, and oh boy, the palisades won't do anything. Vile, he's trying to quick wall out the Trebs. He's trying to quick wall out the Trebs. And Orange, as he's here, all caps, says, die, Vile, die! Die, Vile, die! And this Wonder will drop. This Wonder will drop. Vile says GG. And Orange, for as bold as he's been this game, he's been rewarded. And now he and his ally are winning.
Cheers, and I'll remember to get chemistry from now on.
Teal says, not done yet. Not done yet. He's the only one left in his team. His ally dropped. He has villagers. He wasn't kidding. He has villagers. And only villagers with sappers so they can destroy buildings faster. And he's going to go for it. he's going to go for it. And you know what's funny is Gray and Orange don't have a lot of military on land to really defend from that. So if this works, it'd be one of the most epic snipes in the history of Age of Empires 2. Teal doesn't have any wood on his base. He doesn't have an ally. He doesn't really even have a trade established. Well, we'll see. Here he goes. 230 years, plenty of time, of course. I would probably have loaded up more vills, but, you know, saying that, he has 71 idols out of his 89 vills. Most of them are probably in these transports. Crazy. Just a crazy game here. Sergeant Peppers, yeah, man. I'm glad that helped. You played really well in that community game. You played really well. You did miss a few upgrades, but you live, you learn, right? You live, you learn. I think that your civilization and just your position was unfortunate. Really, it had nothing to do with your play. Just, you got teamed up on. Okay, so I'm going to Orange's point of view because we know the guy is talkative. He's actually talking as I wasn't on his point of view. He's saying he wants this gold. So he's asking Gray to clean that up. Okay, there goes Vile. So Vile actually resigns. Gray says, yes! And Orange already assumes that the game has been won. He says, hee hee, GG, I post. Teal says, 1 sec. Pulse says, don't give it an annoying title. And here comes here comes Teal. Gray says nothing like OMG insane incredible game spotlight for Pulse and his baby. Do something like more wonder, damn it. Well, I mean, that's a good title right there. I should probably try that out for my YouTube video. They're talking about how they're gonna win the game. They're talking about how they're gonna win the game, guys. And Orange is out of resources. He's out of resources, and the wonder will go down. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So, they were taking their good old time talking about what they could name the recorded game. And, of course, the game ends there anyway because Teal's dead. But what a finish, man. What a finish. There's no way Teal could fight back, unfortunately. Maybe if Red was still in the game, they could have done something. What a ridiculous, wonderful game. What a way to finish that one. What a way to finish that one. Can you just imagine if Red was still alive? If Red was still alive and he could have tributed some resources. How many resources did he have? Not much, but maybe, just maybe if Red and Teal could do it together, they could have continued to play on from that point. That was an amazing game. And yeah, so amazing that I just thought of it this morning. Like, man, people haven't seen this on YouTube. Not enough people have seen this on YouTube or Twitch. So I decided to cast it. That was great. That was great. I need to go back and count exactly just how many wonders there were in this game, but the title of this YouTube video will be 7 Wonders of the World. Because very rarely will you see so many wonders built in a game and so many wonders destroyed in a game. And very rarely will you see it be that entertaining, let's be honest. In many other games, many other instances where wonders are built, it's quite boring. This game was hilarious, both with the chat, with the gameplay, with everything. It is, of course, slightly disappointing that some of the players dropped out, because it could have been even crazier. Like Green, for example, we did our research on him, and he's one of the legends of the game. He dropped out, as well as his ally, so that stinks. But arguments could be made that if they didn't drop out, then it would have never turned into this style game, because Vile's ally dropped. Vile would have never had these resources, right? So there's a lot of things that it would have changed. Here's the achievements, guys, and Vile, with 677 kills, he was well in the lead in this game. And here's the economy difference. Surprisingly low number of trade carts, considering the game went on so long. I thought that Teal and Red would have been able to trade boom back into this, but they just probably didn't think of it ahead of time. And then look at that timeline, guys. Look at that timeline. You will not see a timeline like this again anytime soon. Look at this. Very rarely do you see the Wonder construction and Wonder destruction on this timeline.
Fair pay for Dave.
Pretty awesome game. So, of course, YouTube, as you probably saw, we casted this one on Twitch. If you'd like to stop in and say hello, join in on the live stream action at any point. I stream Age of Empires 4 to 5 days a week, whether that's classic games, community games, expert games. And, of course, all the highlights go to YouTube anyhow. The link to that is below in the video description. And I'm going to let my Twitch chat say hello to you on YouTube because they like to do that for whatever reason. That was amazing, man. That was amazing. So was it 8 wonders? 1, 2, 3... Yes, we have 5, 8 in total. 8 wonders. So maybe we'll name it the 8 wonders of the world for better clickbait. Or we could go with Gray's suggestion. What was his suggestion again? The last thing I got from him was, oh son of a bitch. Nothing like OMG Insane Incredible Game Spotlight for Pulse and his baby. That's what it's going to be right there. OMG, Insane Incredible Game Spotlight for Pulse and his baby. It seems like there was a lot of clickbait back in early 2000s. We don't do that in 2018. That's something we're past at this point. I would never. So, I never go with that title. I'm just kidding. I don't know why people are laughing at that comment. I've never used clickbait once in my life. Not once.